Be your host for the next.
Ooh, what are we thinking? Like 3 hours?
7 hours.
7? I got stuff to do.
I ain't got nothing to do. I got nothing to do. And this is where we talk about what's going on in the market. This is
appears to be a lot this time of year. It's every week something.
This is that stuff going on right there. If you can hear us loud and clear, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation, to let us know that we are coming across loud and clear. We're not on my mic at the office. Joey's given me a mic to take back to my office. We're at the training center. Love the training center here. And I'm with a lot of people. I think we need to do a lot more stuff here.
I like the training center.
I do like the training center.
Well, I think the only reason we took the break was because of the Tampa event, right? Some of the equipment had to go down there.
Yeah.
But as long as there's not a big event, the goal is to have it here at the training center.
Joey's got all the equipment here and all the camera setups and all that kind of stuff.
Well, Glenn, I will say the alert doesn't look like it's out yet.
So what are you telling me? Oh, don't start. The alert, the alert is, no, shut up. I set the alert. The alert is out there. Actually, Joey's, why you pushing buttons? You just
I haven't been here in a couple weeks.
Stop pushing buttons.
Hey, it's time to push some buttons.
Stop pushing
I'm
buttons.
Back.
Holy smokes.
Feeling better.
Talk about just, man, I'm going to fight you today.
Well, come to find out, I do have some hearing loss, but that's probably from Glenn yelling at me.
I never yell. All right, so afternoon market action is done, and right in the middle of the week, we can catch up on what stuff was done earlier in the week, especially with earnings and things, and give some prognostication, I hate that word for this, in regards to what to look for going into the end of the week. And if you haven't checked on Ryan's videos tonight and tomorrow, he's got the video. What is your video tonight?
Tonight, I thought it was a very appropriate topic because I know a lot of people like to buy the dip, even though the color guard will say no. So tonight, I'll be presenting 10 stocks using RS and CI. Nice. So RS, we use, pretty much safety from a fundamental standpoint. It does take into consideration price volatility a little bit, but also couple that with, a technical safety indicator being CI or the comfort index. So tonight's video, I'm just going to break down the CPI report. Obviously, that's what's moving the market today. And then try to put some good stocks on your radar. I do go over each graph. Some of them, not the best time to buy. Some of them actually are starting to present opportunities. So definitely check out that video this evening.
I think that the both of us are going down the path of finding momentum plays right about now.
Yes, momentum.
Because I don't think we want to be too much in anything long-term just quite yet until this shakes itself out. So I think a lot of the topics, a lot of the videos that you see are more momentum plays, and I think we'll stay that way until we see what the market really wants to do going forward.
I don't know if you saw John Boston's comment, but I thought I got a little chuckle when I was reading that.
What do you say, John?
We need a new indicator, RL, relative loser.
Wow, which in essence is a Glenn Poopy stock. A relative loser.
Yeah, give that stock a diaper. It might make a mess.
Wow. All right. I like that. Is it me or is the video and audio out of sync? Oh. You may need to refresh your YouTube lane. See if that happens. Ripman says, welcome back, Ryan. There you go.
Thank you, Ripman.
All right.
Pleasure.
So let's go talk about what's on the homepage of VectorVest software. If we're looking at today, we've got 3 red lights across the top. For today. Today is not the day to buy stocks. You look right above, the color guard is smack dab in the red. VectorVest does not advocate buying any stocks at this time, but you'll still see that some stocks are on the rise. And with that, it's up to you. I'm not going to tell you. I doubt that Ryan's going to tell you to go back up the truck and buy that stock. Remember, 80% of the market moves with the direction of the market. You may be witnessing some of the 20% that are going against. Do you want to spend your energy looking for those? But
me being a day trader, I saw the gap down. I saw the optimism in the market, so I put some levels up top. It actually blew past those levels. I mean, the buying pressure that I saw earlier in the market, we'll take a look at the intraday chart, recently. But there was a lot of buying pressure this morning. Did you see that as well?
I did, but I looked at the stocks, and I put it on my Twitter. The main stocks that either hit or missed, I put those graphs, I put those levels on, the percentage gain or loss after market. I wasn't real warm and fuzzy about the stocks, even the ones that beat. But I'm with you. I don't understand, whether I understand or not, the buying momentum given the market's conditions and So, go ahead.
No, I mean, I get it, because if you buy now, the risk is outweighing the potential, the profit potential, the reward.
That's right.
And that's why I would be hesitant to buy. Now, if you look at your computer and you're an active trader, just go in with a plan in place, because as we all know, all it takes is a certain news event to come out, and it can move the market in the complete opposite direction really quickly.
Are markets starting to stiff out large corporate job cuts? Jersey guy, corporate job cuts have been happening for the last year and a half. If you follow me on Twitter, I keep putting out in a tweet what's going on with job cuts. It's been happening. I just think the fruition is starting to come to fruition, and the job market, I think, going later into this year will be affected adversely from the standpoint of the Fed. I think the job market is going to start to be put under some pressure with all of the companies that are laying off people. That's what I think.
And it's funny, or not funny, but it's interesting you mentioned the unemployment rate, because that's the other half of this equation, other than CPI inflation data. I really see the unemployment being the catalyst for any potential interest rate change to the downside. The reason why I say that is because with inflation ticking up right now, the Federal Reserve is not as good a position to cut interest rates as it was prior. What do you think about that? Do you think unemployment would be the catalyst to get that interest rate cut?
I think that the Fed is looking for a major change in unemployment, because that's their mandate: stabilize price and have full employment. I think that you're right that the catalyst that he is looking for is for employment to start ticking higher. It just is not.
Because CPI has been ticking up almost the third or fourth month in a row. I don't see it stopping, especially, we got 0.5% in January, and the tariffs, scenario is really just starting to play out. So I don't see that pressure going away. But we'll see. If it gets back, and I have a channel, I think it's 3.3 to 3.7%. It's in the video tonight. Watch it. If it gets back in that channel, that's going to cause some major issues going forward with the Fed.
Look at that. Chevron to cut 15 to 20% of their employees. That's huge.
Huh?
That's huge. All right.
20 Chevron, that's a big company too.
I just said that. Did you not just hear me say that was huge? Hey, Joey, did you set up the chat thingy so that it would show up?
Do you see it on the screen?
I can't see it on the screen.
It's on there.
Oh, it is? Because I can't see it. Do you see it on the screen? No, he doesn't see it either.
Nope.
All right, so doesn't matter. How do I clear it? There we go. All right, so there's the home page. That's what's going on. Let's go take a look at some news, see what's going on there. And I'm going to start off with the CPI number. U.S. consumer prices rose by 3%. That's a big jump.
And I think everyone knew it was going to tick up. I don't think that's a surprise. But the 0.5% in which it rose is a big move. And that caught me off guard.
It caught a lot of people off guard. So now I'm looking at the administration saying that it's bigly. I see it there now. I didn't see the other one. The president says we need to cut rates. And Powell's like, nah, we don't need to cut rates. I think that if you already have, I can't call it a spike, but a rise in inflation, if you start cutting rates and start heating up the economy more, you're going to get more of a rise in inflation. And the bad thing when it comes down to inflation, the rate of inflation may be slowing. Prices are high. Prices ain't coming down. Prices ain't coming down. Eggs are in a lot of eggs. Is, you see, what did Joey say? Joey just said he saw a meme of somebody trying to buy
trade 4 dozen eggs for a
charger
pack?
For a charger. And it was like a Hellcat. That's almost real.
Oh,
that's almost real.
I've seen the egg memes. They're pretty funny.
That's almost real. And the thing is that prices ain't going to come down. The only way the prices are going to come down, or we're going to be able to afford it, you're going to have to get wage increases to keep up with that. Or number 2, prices get high enough, people are going to be like, I'm not buying it anymore. That will not artificially bring prices down, but it will be done by supply and demand.
Yes.
And that's how it needs to be done, not by the interest rates. In my mind, do you agree with that? Yes or no? I think that the only way to really get control is to have it done organically. You want supply and demand, then you got the supply, but the demand lays off, prices will come down. Do you agree with that? Yes or no? Do you agree with that? I don't think that we need to try to bring down prices by manipulating or moving interest rates. All right, so that's what I look at. All right, so that's a news story about that. Now, let's get into the EV story.
Oh boy,
yeah,
this is a top VST stock now. I see.
And look at the story. BYD company hits a record high as God's Eye. You remember what movie that was in? That was in a movie, God's Eye. It was about this. I forgot the name of the movie. Somebody's going to remember.
Is it? You're talking about with the kid from Transformers?
No, I don't think
about the AI software.
It is the AI software.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
What's the name of the movie? Somebody's going to bring it out, but it's interesting that they use those words because it was AI software. God's Eye driver assistant features shake up. They got not only.
They're going after Tesla in every way.
In every way, shape, form, or fashion. So in my list today, Eagle Eye. There it is. Thank you. That was it.
That was a great movie.
That was a good movie.
That was a really good movie.
That wasn't God's Eye. Eagle Eye wasn't God. Eagle Eye was the guy from Transformer, but God's Eye was with, I think, it was in one of the Fast and Furious because Vin Diesel was in the movie and all of them in their cars was driving all over the place.
But yeah, that's the lady towards the end of the series.
It wasn't Eagle Eye. It was Fast and Furious.
Yeah, God, it's not God's Eye.
It was God's Eye.
Called God's Eye.
It was God's Eye. Anyway, this is a big story. Boyd is just trying to put it to Tesla. So I got both of these stocks, Boyd and Tesla, in my list today. But Tesla, for me, recently has been more of a short-term play to the downside.
Well, it's funny you just talk about this God's Eye thing for a second, right?
Okay.
Because essentially that's where, military application-wise, for governments, that's kind of where they see AI, quantum computing, all that stuff going to, right? And you can see why that's so important to have in the world going forward.
Okay.
Who's on top, right? Because whoever controls that technology is going to be on top.
I agree with that.
And that's why you're seeing hundreds of billions and trillions of dollars poured into this space, and it's not going to stop anytime soon.
Well, I'm thinking this is something you got to keep your eyes on. All right. I don't like this story.
So I thought
I don't like this. This is your story.
And I'm not going to come out and say Amazon's doing a good job with this story. Obviously, they've tried the brick and mortar in the past. Remember, we've done stories about it.
You know what they should have done from a brick and mortar standpoint is picked up all of the Radio Shacks. That would have been perfect for if they would have just picked up all of the Radio Shacks.
The Blockbusters too?
And the Blockbusters. But go ahead.
But I thought this was interesting because the brick and mortar has been hit or miss. They've been doing it in the U.S. for a little while now. But this is in Italy. It's outside Milan. But it's, where is that? Prescription over-the-counter medications.
What's non-prescription?
So essentially, it's a convenient mart. It specializes in healthcare and
so
beauty.
It's like Walgreens or CVS.
It's like a Walgreens, CVS kind of thing. Yes.
Do they need to be in that space?
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
That's why when I saw the story, I was like,
and I wasn't going to talk good about it because we've talked about brick and mortar and Amazon in the past. It's just one store. This is what they're trying out in Italy. I think they should, stick with what they're good at, and that is the online platform and cloud computing.
I'm just saying. Whoop the freaking word. That's what I'm saying. All right. Now this story has got 3 articles on it. This whole Anduril, I'm waiting for this stock to IPO because it's a startup. Microsoft offloads $22 billion U.S. Army headset program to startup Anduril. That's a lot of money for a startup. Number 2, Anduril Industries awarded air defense production contract with Department of Defense. Number 3, Anduril partners with OpenAI to advance U.S. artificial intelligence leadership and protect U.S. and allied forces. And there's another story that I did a while ago with Anduril in collaborations with Palantir. I'm feeling this company with all of the money that
it's got the right partnership.
Absolutely. But we can't trade it yet because it is a startup I am looking for this company when it does IPO, see what they're going to be valued at. It tells me it's going to probably be valued at a lot of money. But they're already starting off on the right foot with the collaborations with OpenAI, Palantir, the government,
Microsoft connection just opened up all the doors.
Absolutely. But, Microsoft had the deal, and they passed it off. So think about it. OpenAI is hooked up with Microsoft, and now Anduril is hooked up with Microsoft.
Are there any plans for the stock to go public?
I haven't found anything specifically, but I am already thinking that they're going to have to.
Yeah.
They're going to have to. Or could they stay private and just make a lot of money? The answer to that is yes. All right. Amazon owns Whole Foods. All right, but that's for food. They ain't selling.
I do like all the businesses that they own, like Whole Foods. They're drop-off points for returns.
Something. So you can go to a local gas station and they got drop-off.
They got them at gas station.
Yeah,
you talking about the box?
Yeah, the big box.
Yeah,
and you have the code to go get it. I think that's cool for like one-day delivery.
Because it is a convenience factor.
It is. But they ain't selling no DJ equipment out of Whole Foods. That's what I go to Amazon for, is to get some DJ equipment. They ain't selling. They're like, yeah, I want to get some lettuce, tomatoes, and a Rev 7 keyboard, Rev 7 controller. Yeah, they ain't selling. I'm just saying. So you said they got Whole Foods. That don't help me. That don't help me none.
Now,
all right, next story is yours.
The next, I have a couple oil stocks.
I didn't put them together, but
yeah, there's two stories here talking about with petroleum. I know last time I looked, oil is down today, but there's some very interesting things, and I think oil is in a good spot to rise. With this tariff situation that we're in, right? First one, we see OPEC respond to Iran's call for actions against U.S. sanctions, right? I did a short last week. Obviously, we put sanctions on, Iranian oil, Russian oil, things of that nature. Problem is, the oil's still making its way to the market. I think the example I used last week was Malaysia, right? So the U.S. is cracking down, but on this time, it's cracking down on the ships utilized to transport the oil. So now they're getting really stuck. So Iran is pretty much coming to OPEC and asking for their help to retaliate against the U.S.
It sounds like they're crying.
Yes.
Okay.
The U.S. is not going to affect us that much because obviously we're now becoming
energy independent.
Energy independent. We're already there, or for the most part. But the problem is for our allies, Europe, Australia, these other countries, they're going to find themselves. So I think in the short term, this is going to put pressure on oil, but it will benefit the U.S. because who's going to make up the difference? We will. And then the second story, because last week was Malaysia's example, this one, India reshuffles trade supply chain to buy unsanctioned Russian oil. India's been one of the largest buyers of this unsanctioned oil because, again, it's using proxy nations or proxy transport ships. Well, these sanctions are cracking down on that. See there, January 10th, U.S. sanctions of dozens of tankers hauling Russia crude to Asia. The designation of more oil tankers and networks involved in Russia's oil trade. So now they're really cracking down on this oil embargo. And I think that's only going to help the bulls when it comes to petro in general.
I need you to send me this story because I think that I'm going to include it in my story for Friday's video. I'm going to say that there's going to be a boom in the oil industry a little differently. And it's going to be part of that. This is going to be part of it.
So because of the sanctions, they have to keep their prices artificially low. So for countries like India and China and these other world powers, instead of paying Western Texas crude, was it probably 76 a barrel right now? If I had to guess, something like that, they could save a lot of money. So I could see why that they're still doing it essentially. But the U.S. is cracking down on this, and I really only think this is going to put pressure on oil going forward, and especially, the commentary that we heard with the Premier of Canada, was it over the weekend or last week? It was recent. That supply chain issue between U.S. and Canada and the tariffs is going to affect the petroleum industry or sector, not in a good way, in my opinion.
Okay.
So, yes, these are some catalysts I see more for oil. So one of the dips that I personally would be more confident in is going to be in petroleum stocks.
Okay. And again, the story, the video I'm going to do for Friday, I'm with you on that but just in a different way.
Okay.
A little bit along the same storyline here.
Okay.
All right.
But yeah, oil price, you know where I usually go from oil source. They got great sources there.
All right. I just told you to send me the story. That's all I said. That's all I said.
You have the story.
Whatever. All right. Meta stock surges 17% in 17 days, marking one of the longest winning streaks. Analysts say that there's still room. You see this? There's still room for double-digit growth. Mm-hmm. Double-digit growth. I know that, I mean,
when half the planet uses your platform,
yep.
You can grow in a lot of different avenues.
So anyway, it won't let me because I'm sitting here. But I have Meta on my list today. And
I've been talking about Meta for a while now. And one of the reasons why Meta's been on my radar, it had the almost like a little cup formation right at the top, then it broke out, and that's the run we're seeing right now. But the amount of the NVIDIA GPUs they're buying, like every article I pull up or do research on, they're like in the top 3 of purchasing the most.
Well, and you look at NVIDIA, I think that the Blackwell units is going to just push them to infinity and beyond.
Yeah, and again, no video alerts this week. Oh, there should be video alerts this week. But when it comes to Meta and the Llama, AI took so much computing power just to get to the infancy stage, right?
Okay.
We're in infancy. We're baby steps right now. To get to like the next levels in AI technology, you're going to have a lot of computing power. Like the computing power it took to get to this part is minuscule to what we will need going forward in the future.
And nobody's paying attention to that.
And I'm not surprised with this whole AI, investment program that they're talking about putting these, data centers next to oil pipelines, next to coal mines. Because, yeah, they'll probably use some kind of micro, nuclear reactor in that concept. But they have to have a backup supply. And a huge backup supply at that.
It ain't going to be oil energy. It ain't going to be. I don't think oil and coal is going to be enough to drive. Even as a backup. Even as a backup. We ain't got that much. I mean, we may have a lot of oil. We ain't got enough. But we don't have enough to power what we're going to need going forward. I don't think we do.
No, we don't. We would actually have to double our energy supplies to keep up with that demand. At least I did a video like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and that's what this article said. And I don't disagree with that. And I think it's going to take all of the energy portfolio to get there. The wind, the hydro, the nuclear.
Hydro I like. The solar. It's
Solar.
going to take all of that. You're right.
Future technologies, was it fission power? I know there's
hydrogen.
Yeah. There's going to be innovative natural gas.
Natural gas. I'm with you on that. Yeah.
It's going to take all of that stuff. So that's why I still think energy is going to be a good play in general.
I think that they're going to have natural gas plants where we just walk by, eat a bunch of Taco Bell, and it's going to be methane. But I think it's going to. You laughing? You just come by and go,
Glenn.
What?
Trust me, I've walked by your office. You'll be able to power a couple of those data centers by yourself.
All I'm saying is that they're going to have drop-off points. You just come by and go, yeah, okay. Anyway.
Yeah, so Neil says fission, H2, wind. So it's going to take all of that the energy portfolio. It's not going to be just one or the other.
It's going to be a combination or a combination of a lot of
But the thing is, we're not going to be the only. Obviously, we're not the only nation doing this.
So everybody's going to need it.
And then my next article, we'll actually get into that in just a second.
Go ahead.
Europe, it's a perfect jumping point. Let's just jump into it. Europe, right, wants to be part of the AI race against China and the U.S. and shake off its innovation image. Now, look, I was reading the article. France is in charge of this. Yeah, led by France here. Their investment is just over $100 billion in AI. The 2 stocks I have, SoftBank today.
ARM?
Yeah, SoftBank is Tokyo-based, obviously a Western nation. They already have shown involvement in the U.S. AI revolution. So no surprise that they're going to be, part of the EU. Along with ARM, that company has a great portfolio of partnerships with NVIDIA. So I, again, would not be surprised if you saw SoftBank, obviously other large institutions get into this opportunity. This is going to be a big opportunity for Europe. They're behind the race.
Disagree.
They're behind the curve, and they're going to have to spend a whole lot of money, to catch up. And where they spend that money is probably where we can make some money in the stock market. And
I just don't think that there's enough conversation just about just how much energy we're going to need.
And I think that's going to be EU's biggest problem, because think about it, they're just coming off of Russia's energy thing.
Yeah, and so then what? They're going to still have to get all their LNG, UNG, all of that from us.
Correct. That's what I said. That's going to be a big problem.
Yeah.
So again, I know uranium, we've talked about it before, hasn't done much.
It's going to have to.
And what I think is going to really help the uranium stocks, not necessarily the situation, the tariffs with Canada. Because behind Kazakhstan, which I think is the world's #1 supplier, if I remember correctly.
Aren't we right there?
Canada is #2, and our biggest supplier of uranium comes from Canada. If I remember correctly, that's when the premier was talking recently or last week. They're talking about that.
Is there a premier or is there a president? There's nobody up there. Trudeau is up there, and he's not. He's like sitting there going, I stepped down. What's that all about? I don't know. So, am I going to get us in trouble? I might.
You probably will.
I probably will.
We've said it before. It might turn into the Ryan Show at some point. You'll know when he's in trouble, because he won't be here.
It actually might, but they're in flux until they find a new, I don't know what this is called, prime minister, premier. You keep calling it premier. Is it a premier?
Prime minister? I don't know. I think they have both.
Do they really?
I don't know.
All right, well,
I specialize in Arab politics, not Canadian
this
politics.
Is not like
in college.
Huh? Clear that chat.
Clear the chat. Ryan Rave.
Okay. Let's go back into the software.
Let's look at the intraday market. I see the red light pop back up on the RT, so I'm thinking it pulled back down.
There it is. You want to see intraday?
Yeah, let's see.
Intraday, let's go 1 minute bars, current day. Oof, that was a nasty move down earlier this morning.
So yeah, shortly before we started, the market's been giving all those gains back up.
I hate that trend line. That's I'm not feeling that. But look at the market falling. This is since we came on, since Ryan started talking. The market since Ryan started talking.
Sorry to be the bearer of bad news.
And the market falls. What the flying flip, Ryan? All right, so.
Oh, here we go. Jazz says Premier are provincial leaders. Okay, so that's right. It was Ontario. The Premier of Ontario. So I guess that would be like our governor.
Yeah, when Canada becomes the 51st state, then it'll be a Premier.
I'm not a part of this.
The views shared by Glenn Tompkins are not the views shared by VectorVest Inc. All right, so that's just, I'm just saying.
Can we just go ahead and record that segment and just get that disclaimer at the beginning of these
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Listen,
all Canadians are canceling Netflix subscription.
Why?
I mean, if I was a Canadian, I don't know how I would feel about the situation, but who knows? But Netflix? Why Netflix?
I don't know.
Ritesh? I'm just curious why Netflix.
I don't know.
Once Ryan started talking about Taco Bell and Glenn's office, the market tanked.
Wow.
Well, it may not be a good time to buy stocks, but it's always a good time to have some jokes.
I love VV Nation. Believe you me, I love me some VV Nation. So intraday, we found a little swing level of resistance and a swing level of support. We'll see what the market does.
You know what? I'm going to put a little level right here. This one I'm looking at. Oh, not the freehand line. Horizontal. Oh, no.
How long have you been using the software?
And I thought it was my hearing that went bad. I guess I probably need to see the eye doctor next. So this is on my zone here. You see 2 touches on this zone. A little touch here as well. If price action can stay above this at the end of the day, that would be good. But even on intraday trading,
but look at this. Look at what happened. Even if it bounces but doesn't overcome this, you still kind of warm and fuzzy?
But no, I'm talking about for intraday trading.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
As far as tomorrow, again, I'm going to be bearish. That CPI report, just because I mentioned, I think it was last Thursday's video or last Wednesday, I mentioned Dr. D's stock market cycles. Comments, was it stock markets, cycles and stock market common sense?
What are you talking about, the book?
Yeah, the little green book.
something in common sense. Stock. Oh crap!
How did we forget the name?
I don't know.
But anyways, if you YouTube Dr. Dolito stock market cycles, it's a very mathematical video. It may not be the most entertaining video, but it will give you
stock strategies and common sense.
Stock strategies, common sense. Google it. It's like a 45-minute video, but he does such a great job outlining the 3 drivers of the economy. Which is going to be interest rates, inflation, and earnings.
Yep.
Right. Inflation's on the rise. Interest rates ticked up a little bit. Earnings is on the rise as well.
Yes, still, if you look at FactSet, I think the majority of the companies right now that have reported have beaten earnings. But the problem is with that, even with FactSet, a lot of companies are still guiding lower going into the next quarter.
Oh, look, John says he still got the original book 20 years ago.
Wow.
So yeah, if you're a member of the software, you can obviously go in as Glenn introduced on the training tab to get that. Or if you go to there it goes. If you just go to YouTube, type in, VectorVest, Dr. D, Stock Strategies, Common Sense, instead of reading the book, you just get the audio and video presentation. But definitely worth the watch. I know it's not the most exciting video, but if you've got money in the market and you don't want to lose it, check out that video.
All right, let's get to our stuff.
Jersey Guy says egg prices up 53%.
And again, those prices are not coming down. The only way the egg prices are going to come down at this particular point in time is if people stop buying them. Yeah. That's because the supply is there. The demand is high. Prices are going to be high. So if you want lower egg prices, here we go. Stop buying eggs.
Stop.
The revolution has arrived.
Stop buying eggs.
Okay.
Does the same thing happen with housing prices? If we stop buying houses, they'll come down.
Well, they will. Or they'll put out more inventory. That's the biggest thing about housing prices and stuff is the amount of inventory that's out there for people to go and buy. They keep restricting. If they put a lot of houses out there, housing prices, they don't want that to happen.
No. Okay. They don't want housing prices to go down.
Raise your own chickens. Alex, that may not be a bad idea. I'm not trying to do that.
I've got 2 local egg people.
Well, we got friends.
Even after the bird flu or whatever, right now it's like $7, $8, depending on how many eggs their chickens are laying. But during the summer, like last fall, I was just paying $4 for fresh eggs.
We got friends.
Dozen.
We got friends in low places, so we can get.
You look like you'd have some friends in low places with that hat.
We get on. I got friends in low places. Well, I get them eggs at low prices around the day. All right,
I like it.
I do too. All right, so a little mixture of the market. What did Jazz say?
My dog ate my chicken.
Wow,
Jazz,
that sucks. You better. Yeah.
I don't know what to say about that dog. That dog just cost you thousands of dollars.
You could have bought a Hellcat.
Yeah, you probably could have bought a new house with those chickens. I would have kicked the dog out the house if he ate my chicken.
See you, dog.
All right. Sorry, dog. This ain't the time to eat chicken.
All of the major indices are down. The Russell 2000 was up this morning. Now retracing back down about 1%. The biggest swing today happens to be on the Russell 2000. AMA big movers. I didn't put out any stocks today as far as fish. I just didn't think. Do you agree with that? I just didn't think that today was the right day to start.
I don't think it's a good time to put people in that direction.
Okay, so I didn't bring out any, AMA big movers. There's nothing in there. But this is one place I do want to look.
Ooh, contrast.
This is one day I want to look. And if you looked at the Monday's video, I put out my top weekly picks. I did look at non-leverage contra ETFs because there's still a lot of yellow in the color guard, not a lot of red yet.
Yeah.
Primary wave is down, underlying trend in market is down. I'm preparing us for the
0.88 PSR. We still got downside potential.
Absolutely. There. So instead of jumping on board full bloor with contras, I'm thinking about the non-leverage.
Don't let me forget. But the inverse...
You know I'm going to. Okay.
And you won't do it on purpose.
No, that's true. I won't.
Is it DRV, the inverse real estate ETF?
Yeah.
Remember I mentioned that a couple weeks ago when it broke that trend line? We'll take a look at it when we take stock picks here, but that'll definitely be an honorable mention because I just think that's still probably a good play.
Look at this. David said
chicken feed cost
was
$8 in 2020. Last week it cost me $16.50.
That's double. That's 100% raise in price. That's crazy.
Well, I mean, everything's doubled.
That's just
about everything has doubled since 2020.
all right. So I am looking at contras for today in my picks. Customer picks last. We're not ready for that. Glenn's picks last week. What did I pick? Let's go see. I was bullish on SMCI. I think that's it. All right, it is. That worked out well, even after the earnings.
Oh, and you had Hims. Hims has been a good pick of mine.
I remember I was talking about being on the miners. GDXU is my play for miners right now.
Gold miners?
Yeah.
It's triple leverage?
Yep.
I can definitely get down with that.
Java
right
was a coffee thing. Big move on it. OpFi. Cannabis, weed stocks were moving last week. I got AMD and I got Disney.
Yeah, I saw Maps was on the move, which is like a weed stock. It's like an app where you'd find the weed stocks or whatever.
Let's go back and let's go see what I did for the week. Quick test. Nice move, 6%.
6%?
Nice move. There was
SMCI, we're going to have that talk today, too.
SMCI, I had in a portfolio of momentum plays, but I still think that it's a short-term play. I had it in a portfolio. It closed out at a 30% gain, and I'm out of it. I'd rather take the 30% than not. The marijuana stock went up, the HIM stock went up, and the miner. I'm big on miners right now. Miners are killing it.
AMD, I'm not surprised, went down a little bit. Still in that descending channel. I've said it.
That's great. Sorry, Mark. Mark just got canned. All right, he's gonna be watching, and be like, "Oh my gosh!" But Joey, I need you to call me.
You should have answered it. Like, "Hey, Mark, you're live."
You're live. He'd been like, "Whoa!" He would have hung up.
He definitely would have hung up.
I want to show something real quick when it comes down to gold. Huey. This is an indicator that we use. Here's the Midas touch. I got the Midas touch. Everything I touch turned to gold. Look at just recently. Look at it. That's
the trend.
Yep. And look at the RT.
Go to the 1 year? Or, I guess I could.
Look at that gold. Look at that. All that time.
That trend, the stop moving averages did do a good job, letting you know, hey, now's a risky time to be holding gold.
But now,
I like it.
Right now, I'm feeling that on the minus. So, all right, let's go to your picks last week. Oh,
I wasn't here last week.
Yeah, that's right. All right, so let me finish up with my picks for this week. My picks for this week. I do have a couple of hedges in here, but there's the Boyd story, the Meta story, Palantir, Meta and Palantir hooking up with Anduril, LABD and Microsoft hooking up with Anduril as well. LABD is one of my my picks for hedging. RWM, one of my picks for hedging. And I'm with you as far as NVIDIA. I've got an ETF. Now, it wasn't in the news, but some of these there wasn't a whole bunch of news for.
Yeah.
But NVDS is a pick for NVIDIA. It's a bullish ETF. So those are my picks for this week. Stories, but I've got a couple of them in here from the standpoint of hedges. And look at that. Tesla, after all that move, I do want to look at Tesla.
Tesla gave a lot of that up.
Yeah, but Tesla was on, look at that. Tesla was getting his butt kicked. Look at that rebound. Look at that. That's Midas touch. Let's go longer term. Let's go look at the MPI. Look at that. It came down enough that it almost lost. It may be ready. Look at that. Comes to a level of support right here. Mm-hmm. Tesla might have gotten beaten up just enough. I might put that into my portfolio too. That is a good pullback. So, go ahead.
Yeah, Tesla, I'd have to wait and see what. I want to be in a rush to buy Tesla.
All right, then don't be.
Don't be.
Don't be. Ask me if I care.
And
I don't. Oh, that was a me and Joey thing.
Hey, can Mark call back? Let's just go ahead and tell Mark how you're acting today.
I ain't worried about Mark. Mark can call back if he wants to.
Hey, Joe, you got that on video, right? You ain't worried about Mark?
I ain't scared of Mark. All right.
No, but the only reason why I'm scared about Tesla right now is the tariffs. And let's be honest, Elon Musk getting dragged in the middle of this because it was
Let him.
the premier of Ontario who said we'll tariff all of Tesla's vehicles.
That's right. He'll just sell them in the United States.
No, I know he can, but the news that comes out from these tariffs,
dropped it again,
obviously
Joey.
can affect the stocks. I did affect my.
He dropped the mic again.
Can you clip it on yourself or something?
I did clip it on myself. I guess I got to gain some weight to be tighter.
It'll come out of your check.
Out of my
so you'll lose
That's
some weight.
$600 for this mic.
You'll lose some weight in your paycheck.
Yeah,
there you
I'll
go.
lose some
You
weight.
lose some weight in your paycheck. All right, let's go look at your picks for the week and talk about them, whatever you want to do, and then we're going to look at their stocks.
All right, we've got NVIDIA.
All your stocks are down today.
Hey, that's fine. I'm not saying let's buy them today.
Okay.
But NVIDIA, its earnings is coming up 2 Wednesdays from now. We will be doing a live stream
It's
on
next
that.
Wednesday. It's not 2 Wednesdays. Can't be. I'm leaving next
Yeah,
week.
you're gone.
Next
you won't
week.
be here for the NVIDIA.
Oh,
Or-
I'll be already out on sea.
Yeah, so he's
Okay.
going to be in Maui or something.
I'm not going to Maui. I'm going to,
I wish you were going to Maui. I've been to Maui. It's beautiful.
I might be part of Maui, but I'm going to
Is the cruise is
Hawaii.
throughout Hawaii, right?
Yeah.
That'll be nice.
7 nights, baby.
And especially if it says it's 40 degrees and raining outside right now.
Hey,
You're
I've been
leaving
watching
just
the
in time.
temperature. It's been in the 80s.
No, I'm saying you're leaving
83,
just in time.
83 in Honolulu.
And knowing North Carolina, when you get back, it'll be summertime. It'll be 80 degrees here because our weather's all over the place.
That's true.
But yeah, as far as NVIDIA, I like NVIDIA. Amazon, NVIDIA, if you're going to play it safe, these are 2 Mag 7 stocks. And Meta, those are my definitely good picks. Google. SMC, these are actually 3 petroleum companies here. We got Summit Midstream. They primarily do certain basins in Texas. So there are, U.S. midstream company. Now, we do have Diversified Energy in the list and Vista. If I scroll over here to the right, where's the valuation? The value here, look, all 3 of these undervalued
Look at
energy
that.
companies.
Well, it's because that industry's gotten beaten up.
Amazon and ARM and SoftBank are the only overvalued stocks here. ARM and SoftBank, we see the news coming out of Europe and France where they're going to try to get on board with China and the U.S. and this AI race. They're going to need a lot of partnerships and investments, right? Well, we've already seen SoftBank and ARM. Part of the U.S. investment against SoftBank is based out of Tokyo. ARM based out of the U.K. Will not be surprised if these 2 companies are also mentioned and, whatever, AI plan the EU comes up with. So, just keep an eye on those. But with inflation ticking up, tech companies, growth stocks, they have a hard time in general. That's just how the market works. So I'm not surprised that they're all down today because of the inflation data. Not at all. I do have one stock up today, Glenn. Diversified Energy.
Well, whoop-de-frickin' do. All right. Let's go look at customer picks last week. See what they got. How many? We got 58 likes. So they get 6 stocks today. Okay.
I'm impressed that we've got a lot of chicken experts in our comment section.
Listen, I ain't growing no chickens. I know we know people who have chickens.
I know people have chickens. I live in a condo, so I can't have chickens. My neighbors will hate me if I brought chickens home.
Let's go quick test their stocks from last week. They were down about a half of a
it's on the 27th, so it's 2 Wednesdays from now.
Yeah, I'll be in Hawaii.
So it'll be me and Joey back there. I'll probably kick it off at 4:45. The call is at 5, and we just go based on viewership and interest.
All right, 65. We give them 7 stocks.
Ooh, 7 stocks.
Type them in. Ryan's going to give them to me. That's what you get
Go ahead
today.
and type them in. The first 7 that come across.
All right. Now everybody wants to. Wait.
There we go.
RGTI. Go ahead. Keep going from there.
RDTT.
Reddit.
Reddit.
Okay.
Weemy, which, Weemy is on my list. It's undervalued or was. I like Weemy. ALK. RSI. Dell.
Why do you talk so slow?
SMCY.
Okay. Is that it?
Nice. Hood. A lot of Hood and VRT.
BRT?
Yep. VRT.
Well, then why don't you say it? VRT.
I did, but with a B accent.
How many stocks did we give them?
I could put chickens in the cabinet.
We gave him 9 stocks. That's enough. That's based on the likes, right?
All right.
That's what we're doing this year. Go ahead.
Mentions,
You want a DRV?
I'm gonna do DRV. And I'm going to talk about AMD, because AMD's showing some interesting patterns I like.
Okay.
You got any honorable mentions today?
What is that? Whatever the heck that name is that I typed so... I was typing way faster than he was talking. Why y'all pushing buttons?
I like how the New Yorker comes out of you when you start
I was typing way faster than he was talking. Dang. All right. Anything you want to... By just looking at this, anything you wanted to mention?
They're all up today.
Yeah, that's true. Why do y'all... Except
for
Vertiv. They picked all the stocks that were moving up. Okay.
WeMe, price 90 cents. We value it at 91. When it was in the high 80s, I saw earlier this week, that was really on my radar. I'm tempted to... I get paid next week. I might buy 100 or 200 shares and just write some calls against it.
Actually, let's go look at these stocks.
Let's look at them.
Let's go look at them.
Hood, I like Hood.
You like Hood?
I've been talking about Hood since it was like $8-10.
Let me go take off this. Let's go put on a VectorVest.
I think it was like 10 or 11.
Actually, I'm going to put on another one. VectorVest.
Joey did not say we had 100 stocks today.
Yeah.
Joe's usually the first one that wants to get at it.
All right. So here we go. Hood. I like the stock. I'd wait for it to go back. A nice little rebound the day after yesterday. Open candle, no wick. Put this on a 1-month graph. Open candle, no wick.
It is overvalued, but I don't think that's necessarily my concern right now.
We have a portfolio for them, do we not? Let me move this over here. Portfolios.
With Hood?
Oh, here's ours. Yeah, we'll come back to this in a second.
Their stock?
Oh, we don't have a portfolio. Oh, yes, we do. Don't we have a portfolio for them? 20, 25. Undervalued, yield max. Did we not make a portfolio?
AMA, hot or not, customer picks?
Oh, where is it?
Go down?
No, that's old. And it has to have 2025 in it for this year.
Maybe it does.
Maybe I don't have one? That sucks. All right, we need to do something about that. All right, so I don't
2025 AMA customer picks.
Where do you see that?
You need glasses. Right above that one.
So they do have a portfolio. It's down. All right, we'll see if we want to add any stocks to your portfolio. Do you want to add Hood, folks? Yes or no? Just type Hood and yes or no. Hood and yes or no. Oh my gosh, they're so delayed. I'm going to drink this water, this good Gator water.
That good Gator water?
That good Gator wet water.
You know how you know water in that water? That water wet.
That's some good wet water.
Hood, no. Hood already at 52-week highs, right? Hood, yes,
I got yes.
Ooh, next one breaks the tie. Yes.
Okay, let's go get it. You got to write it down?
Yeah.
Put it on your phone.
Mental note.
All right. No, because you're mental.
Mental.
No? All right. There we go.
All right, don't buy that many stocks today. I can only remember like 3.
RSI. I do like that
let's
too.
Let's go to like a 6 month. I do, yeah. It's got to take. It's right at it.
It's like that on the 6 month.
Gaming.
Oh.
I kind of like it.
I do. I don't like this falling volume.
Oh, Hood's earnings is today.
Oh, is it? Oh, we're gonna buy it.
I'm gonna say yes, and I'm gonna say that
on this one,
Hood has good guidance. And what they're going to say is the popularity of crypto and crypto ETFs is going to help that segment of their platform. I think Hood is going to go up even higher.
I'm going to do
the only thing where I could see Hood having trouble is user decline.
Look at that.
Or user growth.
Earnings growth. I'm with you. Look at that.
They are an industry disruptor. Let's be honest. They're the reason why we don't pay commissions or little commissions.
That's right. That is true.
They are the reason. They're an industry disruptor. They're, other than Coinbase, they're like the main person for crypto. You know, I know Binance and the other ones.
I like this play even before earnings. Is looking at the earnings. I like that stock. I cannot lie. All right, so we're going to put that. You going to remember that? I told you, put it in your phone. But no, you don't want to listen to me. Yeah. RSI, yes or no? RSI, yes or no? RSI, I had to give Glenn a stock he couldn't refuse, says John. Whatever. RSI, yes or no? Let me change the graph. Back to...
No, yes.
You keep looking over there and tell me.
We got one no, one yes. No, it's going to be a no
It's
on
going to be a
RSI.
no? Okay. Where is my...
Yep, another no. Sorry, John.
All right.
You got outvoted.
Next one.
Yep, resistance. That would be my
Reddit.
reason.
You know, I got to put this in a longer... There's Reddit. I like the play. I'd like to see it rebound from that pullback. Reddit, yes or no, folks? Reddit, yes or no? I like the play. I love the trend. I like RT. It is overvalued.
Reddit earnings today, Ripman says. So a lot of these
All right,
stocks
so let's go
given
put
to
it-
us probably have earnings. Let's see the earnings graph.
Same thing. Rising earnings growth.
Well, I don't like, you see the average volume on the decline as of
Yeah.
recent, while the price is still rising.
And look at the RS over the last 6 months. I think that they beat top and bottom as well.
And I'm going to put them right up there with Hood as an industry disruptor.
Okay.
You know, Reddit, which is owned by Google now?
I don't know who it's owned by.
Because
It
every
just
time-
came out on their own. I don't think it's owned by nobody.
Because every time I put in a Google search now, there's a lot of Reddit references for questions. Have you noticed that?
No, because I don't care about Reddit. But I like the stock graph. So what's the 2 stocks we're going to put in so far, Ryan?
Well, they are going to be
No, don't go back. You're supposed to
We've
be
got
remembering.
Hood
And Reddit.
and Reddit.
All right.
Yes.
Let's go to the next. Go ahead, go to the next stock. Wow.
Alaska Air. I still like it.
Yes or no on Alaska Air? Yes or no on ALK? Yes or no on... I want some chicken nuggets.
Well, I hope you got the money.
I got the money.
Because chicken nuggets aren't cheap.
No,
It's got the word chicken in it.
No, Mary says no. Again, yes. I got a lot more yeses. All right, that's the 3rd stock to put in.
All right. Yeah,
Remember?
okay.
Okay. I want to see you remember all of this. No!
Nope.
No. And
Nope.
you put no.
I'm going to say no.
Okay.
I'm not. Wait. You
What? I didn't do nothing.
did horribly. There we go. So you see it was in the descending channel, broke to the upside
It
of that
still
channel.
isn't. Watch this. You want to talk about that? It's in another descending triangle. Or this, it is.
No, I know. I'm not saying buy it right now.
I'm
$100. Look for some consolidation closer to 100. I'm seeing a pivot there. But I don't think you should sleep on AMD. Don't buy it right now, but
I'm
it's
sleeping
becoming very attractive. You say that. Last time I got bullish on AMD. Yeah, not now. Maybe later in the year. Yes, Bill. Look, see what it does around that $100 mark. It's almost there. It's a good short candidate till then. Yeah, get out of here. But last time I talked about AMD, it went from $100 to like $220. So that's the only reason I mentioned it.
You know
Get
something,
ready for
in
it.
the
Don't-
whole
not
AI
saying
space,
now.
I'm with you. You really can't sleep on AMD.
No,
It's
yeah.
not short term.
Especially the buy the dip or an
Yeah.
investment situation, like long-term investment. Great opportunities are presenting themselves. I even told my mom, get ready, we might be getting back in AMD here soon.
I said that early in the year. I said, this is going to be the comeback stock of the year. It's making me look like an idiot.
It's only February. It's only February.
You got a point. All right. Dell. It's right at this. I needed to go. I needed to go above that level of resistance and stay above the foot. Type it in the room. Dell, yes or no? Man, you're not going to remember. I should have been taking them down mentally.
What's that one line? What's this line for, Glenn? What's this guy?
Put it on a bigger. Put it on a 1 year graph. There you go.
Oh.
Listen, my lines all mean something. Don't be taking off none of my lines. Go ahead. Do what you wanted to do. Go ahead.
I'll just go drag it over here.
You're gonna mess up the whole. Look at that. You messing up everything.
I ain't even grab it.
Wow.
Not easy to do on this projector. There you go. You can see a big consolidation triangle here. This thing's probably going to bounce
That's
up
a
and
big
down.
wedge. Yeah, it can bounce around.
I would play this little bounce. This is the bottom. You know, this is the profit zone. Somewhere down here is the buy zone.
I'm actually gonna take this one off.
You sure that one looked like it was served a real purpose?
It did, but you wouldn't understand.
You
So.
wouldn't understand. But yeah, Bill, I'm not going to be on the Dell bandwagon.
Where's the one day?
If I was going to buy any of these stocks, Dell, AMD, I'd put SMCI on the list. That I like
as
that.
Much
dip.
as
I know the
they
risk.
gotta get,
I know
they gotta
the risk
get,
with the irregularities.
They got to get that fixed. But I think that short term is making a move. There's no look at that.
Surfable advanced money destroyer.
I saw somebody put that up there. All right, so we're not doing Dell.
So yeah, if you're holding AMD, trust me, I think it's getting close to 100. I'll have to break down the support levels.
That is the. I wouldn't buy the yield max. Why? Because SMCI is no. Let me take that back. SMCI is on the rise right now, right?
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah, yeah. Shut up. I think the yield max might not be a bad play. You're going to make money on the capital appreciation on SMCY and make money on the dividend or the distribution. And RT is above 1. Y'all want SMCY? Now listen. As much as I love y'all, I'm not going to put the dividend in there because that's just more
yes.
work
I
than
saw that Sherilyn SMCI got an influx of cash.
Yeah.
Everything I heard in that report, all the news articles.
Wasn't it like $750 million?
Yes. The only the $1 million question is what's going on with their accounting practices. How that's going to play out. We shall see.
I think people are not saying nothing about that. I do like the rise of volume. Do you guys want... Now, if we take this, I'm not going to put the dividend payments in, though. I'm just telling you.
That's interesting, John. SMCI 200 day is at $54. If you bought the dip on SMCI, I did not. I may think about playing it. But if it's at $54, that might be a good target level because I wouldn't be surprised if price
For short term?
Yeah,
Okay.
short term to retest that $54 level. And if I had to guess... NVIDIA's earnings in 2 weeks is probably going to be the catalyst to put it there. Because think about it. Their AI data centers, we all know SMCI's got a huge hand in that cookie jar. So, yeah, that's interesting.
I want oatmeal raisin cookie.
Oatmeal raisin cookies?
I love oatmeal.
But, John, $54 might not be bad for a short-term price target. And I think this rally's not over with SMCI. I think it's kind of like what? Buy the news or...
Sell the news, buy the dip...
Buy the rumor, sell the news. And I think that's what's going to happen here with the SMCI and NVIDIA.
BBAI has been killing it too, Marcus. It's Kiwi. Was it Kiwi? No, it was either Kiwi or Michelle are saying that the BBAI is the next Palantir. See, now you're going to make me go look at it. BBAI.
Oh, don't do it. You're going to get all distracted.
I am. It's too late.
Now we will be here for 3 hours.
Look,
The
BBAI
3-hour
has
tour. I need to get your little Gilligan hat. It says 3 hours.
What's it like?
I'll be the skipper. You can be Gilligan.
I'm not going to be Gilligan. You can be Mary Ann.
What character do you think Glenn would be best
I would be the
at?
professor.
Professor.
I would be the professor.
Actually, that wouldn't be a bad
I think I
role
would be
for
the
you. I can see
professor.
that. Oh, Big Bear AI, yes. This has actually been popping up in articles all over the place.
Okay.
I know the valuation is flatline, but it seems just like a Palantir situation where their technology can change the world.
If I could change the world, BBAI would be the stock I'm looking
Just
for.
Vibes. AMD was a penny stock. Any others? You know what? Maybe I should do a video on it tomorrow. Penny stocks, low price semiconductor stocks. See what comes up.
That's up to you. That's a third. That would be
Because the first time I ever traded AMD was when it jumped to $40 to $50. So that was probably a good 4 years ago.
okay.
Check that out.
BBA. That's not in the list, so I'm just looking at it.
John Boston, this Friday at a local music venue here, since you mentioned Captain Yacht Rocket, they're actually having a Yacht Rocker music show
Where?
at Boatyard Eats on Valentine's Day.
Really?
I think that's Friday, right? Valentine's Day
I
Friday.
might go. I might take Janet. We go. You gonna go?
Maybe, yeah. Think about it.
Do you have a significant other?
No significant other.
Okay.
Just
Then what you gonna go? You're just gonna go there and sit by yourself and rock by yourself?
maybe I'll find a significant other there.
All right, let's go to the next stop.
Janet, got any friends?
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Oh god, that's a conversation for after live stream.
VRT in a channel. right to that level of resistance. I'm going to say no to VRT right now.
That's what I'm thinking. SMCI could be a sympathy play on NVIDIA earnings. Yes, Surfer Boy, you got the right mentality. That's where my mentality is. VRT, no.
Charles doesn't want me to sing. All right. I won't sing. Wow.
Thank you.
Joey's a hater. Glenn is going to sing. If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain, if you're not in health food, sing it, Glenn. No. I bet you if I took a poll of people who wanted me to sing compared to the people who didn't want me to sing, I'd get more people who would want me to sing. Joey should put a poll. He won't.
I think your percentage will be higher than mine, though. That's for I'm not a good singer.
DRV. Ooh. Really? Look at that. Pull back.
Go to 6 month.
6 month.
So this was the initial break, I think. So it surged, but then again, it's rolled over as well.
I'm not sure I like it.
Yeah, it's not the opportunity.
Okay. Yeah. Go to the next one. Somebody said I would be, Surfer Boy said he would be Mr. Thurston. Oh.
Glenn and Ryan duet?
No. Ooh, that's a wedge. That's a straight wedge.
Are you sure it's not a curvy wedge?
No, it's a straight wedge.
It looks pretty curvy to me.
Yeah, it's pretty straight. That's straight up wedge. I think in the quantum space, Rigetti is a trade.
I think it breaks out to the upside.
It's right at resistance and the trend line. Wow. It's got a double entendre. RT's below 1 though.
But it's got a big gap to fill still. You see it tried to fill the gap here.
Yep.
Upper wick. It did not fill that gap. I don't know. It's not a good signal. Look at the volume tapering off too.
Yeah. Well, it's consolidating.
Yeah.
All right. Go to the next stock. You remember what stocks we're going to be looking at? Nope.
Yep. Weemy.
No. No.
Weemy. Yes or yay or nay?
Nay. I'm sure that they're going to say nay too. There's nothing that makes me feel warm and fuzzy. It's a 90-cent stock. Doesn't make me feel warm and fuzzy about getting into it.
I wonder how the tariffs will affect like quantum computing stocks.
I don't think so.
No?
And not that not that I can see off the top of my head. They're doing their own thing. They're competing with China, and they're doing their own thing. So I don't think that tariffs will affect them. But I haven't thought deeply about it. I'm just thinking on the surface level.
I see a 3-month graph. I do like, look, this is the whole reason why I talked about it before. Weemy hologram. It's in the quantum space. It's not quantum computing. Don't try to fact check me on that. It was undervalued. That's because that in QSI, which is also in that realm, they want to use that technology for drug purposes. Undervalued, shot like a rocket to $3, right?
And then
back
fell
down
hard.
to undervalued. I think tiptoeing in this position, undervalued, not a bad idea, because I have a feeling when quantum's hot again, you're going to see the same exact thing with Weemy, skyrocket.
Weemy and Rigetti will move.
Yeah, all, the whole watch list we put together is going to move. Can't find the quantum.
We didn't put it together, you put it.
It said can't find the quanta to tax it.
Oh, gosh. All right. Is that all the stocks? That's all the stocks.
That's all the stocks. All right, so the ones we're going to get.
It's in the portfolios. There it is. We're in it. You're in it.
Well, I was adding it. We had this one.
Hood.
Reddit. And that was it.
Nope. There was a third
VRT.
one. That was it VRT?
It wasn't Alaska. It wasn't RSI.
It was Alaska. I told you. Go look at Alaska's graph. I told you. I am going to have a heart attack. I told you to write them down.
Okay, that was.
One?
Ah, yes, that's right. And it looks like
that's not Alaska. That's Hood.
Sorry. Hood's showing a bullish in golfing, though.
Yep. I told you to write them down. Okay.
Still undervalued. Look at that. Value on the rise. Even with price action rising so much.
We already looked at this. Why are you still rehashing what we looked at?
Because we didn't have value on the chart then.
We did.
I thought we added it. All right, let's add these.
Sorry.
Add to portfolio.
I can't find out where it is. See? We got a lot of crap in here. It's amazing.
No, you have a lot of crap.
It's got to start with 2025.
Like this one? This one
yeah,
here
that's
says
it.
2025 AMA customer.
I'm going to get some McNuggets. How much money is in there? Oh, this we do 1,000 per position.
Buy. We're doing 3,000. Hit next.
You can open it. So those of their new plays will come in. We'll make sure that the stops are on. Click on edit. So what's the stops?
So you got a 10% trailing stop.
Do you want to tighten it because of the market's conditions?
Let's ask them. Do you guys want to tighten it because of the market conditions, the 10% trail, or keep it the same? I'd say keep it the same. If you tighten it, even just volatility could knock you out.
Okay, I say
anything.
It's not my choice.
NASDAQ burst out of the red.
So yes, right. Can you please check out? What are you talking about, Raju?
Check aisle.
I don't think that's a real no.
So tighten it up.
Oh, Oakland. I don't know. 7%. Hey, anybody else?
7%. I like 7%.
This is y'all's portfolio. Nope, not that one.
It'll take me all day to get there.
I know. Finish. All right, so we tighten the portfolio down.
Apply to new positions.
Existing.
Okay, existing.
Click off the portfolio. Just go to a top one above.
Yeah,
and now
refresh.
Come back. There's the stocks that you got.
All right. What are you doing today, Glenn? Where are you at over here?
Oh, yeah.
You going to buy some socks today?
Maybe. I'm thinking about buying LABD.
Where are you at?
I don't know. Right there.
Are you hangry?
I want some chicken nuggets.
You're like a child. I want my nuggets now.
I want my nuggets. All right, let me go to the viewers. Anyway.
Where does guidance come from? James, are you talking about?
From its mommy.
Okay, Glenn, explain the birds and the bees with guidance.
Guidance comes from our homepage. If you're a subscriber to the VectorVest software, it comes from our homepage in our nightly guidance, in our nightly daily color guidance.
So the guidance is calculated by the color of these lights and the trend situation. That's the formula. So depending on what these lights will say, depending on what this trend column says, the guidance that comes out, in the evening on the view section here, that's what will be the calculation for that. And where were we at? We're at portfolios.
No, we were at viewers. Stop touching stuff. Stop! I'm gonna have a heart attack for real. I'm about to sort out. I'm gonna take Meta. I'm going to take NVIDIA, and I am going to take LABD.
Look, homepage equals daddy. I like that.
Wow, Sherilyn.
Tell us how you really feel about that.
How is the guidance on a given stock? Go look, right-click on the stock and go to the stock analysis report. Or just the better way to learn about the guidance is when we do Power Hour or when we analyze stocks and we look at our indicators. That gives you a great understanding of how to look at a stock, whether it's short-term, whether it's long-term.
The data that's utilized, RS, forecasted data, all that stuff. When I first started working here, it was Reuters. But now, come to find out, since we just went to the NASDAQ exchange, I think as of 2 years ago, we get it right from NASDAQ. I think 2 years, maybe off by a little bit. But I think it's been about 2 or 3 years. We get it right from NASDAQ. Get that man his nuggets ASAP. What sauce are you dipping in?
Buffalo.
There we go. I can get down with that.
All right, so I did add a hedge. I got LABD, but Meta, Microsoft, and NVIDIA I picked up. But I did Meta, Microsoft, and NVIDIA, and I picked up LABD. Oh, I already had Microsoft.
You're short NVIDIA?
No, I'm long NVIDIA.
NVIDIA? Oh, that's long?
NVDS.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. You doing anything to yours? You remember you're in cash.
Yeah, I'm in cash. We're going to tiptoe in.
You're going to tiptoe through the tulips?
Maybe.
Okay.
Where's Ryan's pick? Probably should go to the eye doctor. I think about it.
What does that got to do with the eye doctor? Glenn is
Me looking at the screens is what it's got to do. NVIDIA actually, let's take the one that's up. We're going to wait on these because we're already going into tech. Let's take these three.
Okay.
Add to portfolio.
AMA.
We got to go 2025. While I'm doing this, Glenn's going to sing you a nice tune.
Nope, I'm not singing no more damn songs today. I keep hearing all y'all mouths. Stop singing. Joey didn't want to do the poll because he knew I was going to get people that said they want me to sing. You doing 2,000? You really?
Three stocks. That's not even.
Why does it look like only one stock? You putting 20,000 into one stock?
No. Oh wait. Why did it? I didn't want one stock. I want three.
I should have just let you do it.
No, you shouldn't. See, that's why I said last week. Know your broker. I
should have just let you do it. That'd been hilarious.
That's how mistakes can happen. You're just going over here dillying around buying stuff. All right, add to portfolio. Let's see here, 2025, Ryan. Next.
There we go.
Buy. We're going to just do 20,000. That's like 7,000 a position. That's not too heavy on each position. Yeah, 6. Ooh, that's not a good number.
You go right ahead. You going straight to hell.
6. We're not going to do that. We're going to. Might want to let me delete it now.
Look at that. You can't. Look at you. You done messed up.
That's not a good own.
Oh, you got to see if you hit the button for what is it? Numlock.
Numlock?
Yeah. Hit shift numlock.
I don't know why that's not working.
I'm trying to tell you. You didn't.
This is quicker.
Don't listen to me. I'm trying to help you out. Nobody listens to me.
Yes. Yeah. Now I know 20,000 divided by 3 is 666.
Yep.
Not going to do that one. Let's see.
As customers. Wow. We're going to never get this portfolio done today.
Hey, you ain't hungry, are you? There we go, 7,000. Right. There we go.
Ryan can do his own video. You know he can, right? Yeah. I'm the diva.
You just don't know how to work a computer.
I don't. Click off here and click back on it. There you go.
All right, good. What time is it? 3:12. We got to go.
You get ready to just get up out the chair and just go. All right.
I just was shocked that it's 3:12 right now.
It's because you were talking. I was done talking. Whatever. You're just a hater. All right. We got to go. You can sign off since you've been sick.
All right. I'll sign off. Should I do a sing?
I don't care what you signing off.
I'm not singing.
You signing off.
All right. CPI data came out this morning. Mm-hmm. Ticked up higher. We saw the buying pressure. Mm-hmm. VectorVest says, don't buy. Like someone said, yo, daddy said don't buy. Do not buy stocks today. And if you do it, just know you're going against the trend. You're going against the grain. Better stay disciplined or it will not end up well for you.
Are you yelling at people?
Yeah, I'm yelling at you.
Okay.
Told you my hearing's going out.
I want some chicken nuggets.
All right, we got to go. We're off to McDonald's. All right, bye, guys.